So yesterday, a guy in my community made a great point to me, and it was with regard to my previous video. Again, another commentary video on Hamza and his relationship ideas. But he made a great point, and this relates to so many red pill, manosphere, masculinity, self-improvement bros who have that glow up, who suddenly get to where they want to get to, suddenly get all the attention and validation of women. And they're doing something that is, frankly, is pretty disgusting, actually, and goes against so much of the supposed principles and values of improving yourself and being the best version of yourself, right? So in the video that I posted, it was about a clip that Hamza, he made a bad joke. It was a bad joke. I didn't take it too seriously or nothing. I got bigger things to worry about than a bad joke. But essentially, it was him glorifying the notion of him being the one to cuck another man. And I see this a lot, like I said, in this self-improvement, red pill masculinity space. Guys glorifying, laughing at the dudes that the girls, right, that they're being cheated on with themselves. I have to best say that. I mean, it sounds messy. So they're the guys that the girls are cheating on with, right? And they're laughing at these dudes. They're putting these guys down. There is another clip with Hamza where he's talking about, he's in the backseat of a car with a girl and he's doing a photo and his feet on her head and saying she's on a timeout or something as he's sending messages to these dudes wondering where she is. And it's like, bro, look, you were the type of dude that were traumatized by these things, by these women, getting cheated on, being embarrassed, right? We're looking at the guys they're cheating on with and feeling like crap. And now you're doing it. And I see this so much. Like, look at this dude. She was texting him, "Good night, baby. I miss you so much." When in reality, she's jumping up and down on my pee-pee. Ha. And they're supposedly selling this as the best version of themselves. No, it's not. It's appealing to your lower nature. Now, I'm no saint. I've been no saint my whole life. There was times where I fucked up. I've done and I will continue to mess up. There was one time in my life, back in my early 20s, where I pursued, and managed to sleep with a girl who had a boyfriend at the time. And I can't deny, there is that part of you, especially as a younger dude, right? This competitive, instinctual, animalistic side where you're like, you feel like, fuck this guy. If only he knew, ha. And I took a few days to think about that, a few weeks after that. I was like, man, what am I doing? I don't know the guy. I didn't know him. I knew who he was, but I didn't know him. He didn't know me. And if that was me in his shoes and I found out, that would traumatize me. That would cause me so much pain and could completely change the trajectory of future relationships. And, it's just, what was I doing? So I made a promise to myself to never do that, never knowingly and willingly pursue a girl that I knew was in a relationship, no matter what she was telling me about it. So yeah, there is this side to you as the man where it's like a competitive side. And you kind of get off on it a little bit. But like I said, it's appealing to a lower nature. This is nothing to do with self-improvement, raising yourself up, being the best version of yourself. In fact, it's actually pathetic. And sometimes I wonder, man, I wonder, like, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? Making videos. I'm 37 years of age, and I'm trying to appeal to this, youthful self-improvement sides, young 20s, maybe even teens. I'm like, You know, I see things that are getting the clicks and the views and the attention, and I know what would boost my channel a bit more, and I just can't do it. I'm just not aligned in that way. But then I think to myself, man, no, I have 2 boys, 6 and 3. And maybe youth doesn't run the world, but youth molds culture. Maybe it runs culture. And I don't want to bring my boys into a world where that idea, something like that idea is perpetuated, that you should just shit on these guys, beta males, I'm shagging their missus. I don't want to do that. I don't want to perpetuate that. I don't want to send out that message, or at least I don't want to sit there and do nothing. So I try, man. I try to change that discourse a little bit. And at the end of the day, whoever listens, man. And I'm so grateful. Look, I'm so grateful for the guys inside of my community. Like I said, one of these guys, you know, starting this conversation, pointing this out, I've got a good bunch of guys in there. And at the end of the day, I've got 10,000 guys so far subscribed who align with my message, and that's great. And that type of message is going to appeal to. It's going to appeal to. It's not going to appeal to the masses. I get it. The Hamza type messages, you know, red pill, everything's competition. You know, dog eat dog, alpha male, top dog gets all the women, all that stuff. That's probably going to appeal to the masses, but I can't align with that. And I'll leave you with this. If you're going to be that guy, you're going to build yourself up. You're going to go through that pain, because this is what a lot of these guys have, right? They went through the pain. They had the heartbreak. They got cheated on. They felt like a beta. They were disrespected by women all the time. And now they build themselves up. And they're still talking bad about these women. They're still saying women are this, and then women have got no class and no morals and no respect, and they're cheating, they're disgusting, they're not wife worthy. And yet being the guys, and then they build themselves up, and now they're the guys suddenly laughing with these women at the same type of dudes that you were. What are you doing, man? You've gone off in the wrong direction. Building yourself up is not about pulling up the ladder behind you and shitting down on the competition below you anymore. That's not what it's about. This isn't what this space is meant to be about. What this space is meant to be about is you raise yourself up and you genuinely try to raise those up with you in a positive way. You don't have to shit. For every guy who's motivated by being called a worm and a loser and a beta and you're getting cucked and all this, for every guy that motivates, I guarantee you, there are way more that affects in a negative way. And you don't need to send that type of messaging out there. You can do it in a positive frame, like, hey man, look what I did, look at my journey. This is how I did it, come up with me, let's go. And remember how it felt. If you're in a situation with a chick and you know she's got, remember you were that dude. Don't lose your empathy just because you made it, just because you're the big dog now, the big Billy, big bollocks as we used to call him. That's not what it's about. That's not what proving being your best version of yourself. That isn't your higher self. This glorification of cucking another man is weak. And like other people point out, it's trauma. It's trauma disguised as success. So yeah. What do you think, lads? I think this message needs to, that type of message needs to change. It needs to be rooted. That needs to be rooted out, man. That's got no place for this side of the internet. We've got enough shit to deal with as men. We've got enough battles to fight. We don't need to be fighting each other here. Have a peace.